Good morning, new 1%. It's your boy Boomin coming at you with yet another video, guys. Go ahead and do all the things that the algorithm likes for me. Let's get right into the show today. So, taking a look at the VeChain price, down about 6.5%. Not surprising. Crypto is correcting. We knew that this could happen. Okay, Bitcoin likes to do that. It likes to go up and then it likes to go down. It does whatever it wants, but I still think we're on a bull trend. Like I said, next month is probably going to be pretty slow as whales continue to take profits, as whales continue to, they got boats to buy, they got vacations to go on, so they got taxes to pay. Don't forget about that. So I think December's going to be slow, and then we're going to start to pick up after the new year. Hopefully February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September should be the top of the market. Hopefully, we'll see. History doesn't repeat itself. It just rhymes. And remember what I said last time, guys, last video. The bull market is going to make you feel like you always got to do something. Okay? So if you've prepared, if you've done your due diligence, this bear market, if you've been locked in, have conviction in the coins that you bought, stack, stake, chill, keep hodling, and once you get to your price targets that you had laid out, that's when you execute on taking profits. Okay, don't make any panic moves. You had a plan coming in beforehand. Well, at least I hope you did. So stick to the plan and let's ride out this small inconvenience here, guys. All right, so I think VeChain will get back up to 3-4 cents and on its way to 5. One could only hope. Let's go ahead and move on, guys. Real quick, thank you to Apollo. Web3 top 1% at the Global Blockchain Show 2024. Check. Sunny Liu was among them. Check. Driving innovation in blockchain tokenization and sustainability with initiatives like VTHO. Check. December 12th and 13th in Dubai. So, Global Blockchain Show. Sunny Liu's going to be there. Definitely awesome. Moving on here, this lecture is being led by Nobel laureate Sir Konstantin Novoselev, who discovered graphene along with Sir Andrei Green, earning the 2010 Nobel Prize in Physics. When world-class experts teach technology and solution to a challenge, you're doing something right. So that is pretty cool. Talking about decentralized sustainability efforts and new knowledge here. And with that, guys, let's actually watch Sir Konstantin here. The future will be next level. Let's take a listen.
And let me start with this famous quote from Francis Fukuyama from his famous book, The End of History, published in 1991. It was absolutely justified at that time. But I guess with all the turmoil over the last 10 years, I don't know what about you, but I feel that I'm living right in the middle of history. And I can't say that I exactly like it. I would much prefer to go back to 1991 with no history, no gray hair, no extra weight, so much better. And at the same time, in 1991, it's the same story about technology and science. So the technology steadily, slowly progressing. The Moore's law and the Newton's law gives us this assurance that we will have this gradual progress for the years ahead. So that's quite, I would paraphrase it, the end of science, the end of technology. And then the new millennia, we have graphene, we have topological materials, we have the human genome sequencing, CRISPR-Cas, we have the gravitational waves discovered, quantum supremacy being achieved, the general and generative AI being created. It's such a great time to live. It's such a renaissance for science we are experiencing now. But then, of course, all that progress in technology doesn't also create some impact, and it's not always positive impact. So we have this sustainability issues, which the same technology do try to help us to solve. Of course, we create more efficient solar cells. The battery technology is ever better. Our lithium batteries getting more and more efficiently. But of course, there is still this whack-a-mole effect that you create the solution, and that solution hits back on you. We need to think, how are we going to recycle those silicon wafers? We need to think how we are going to extract the lithium back from our batteries. So unfortunately, this circularity is always broken by the new technologies. We really have to invent the solutions out of the box to escape from this race on the closed loop. And that's what we're trying to promote, that we need to go beyond the circular economy and they create spiral economy, which progress you further, and it's only possible with the new technologies, new materials, and so on. So let me give you a couple of examples from my experience, from my work. So, of course, one of the big challenges in circular economy is how can we reduce the impact of the greenhouse gases on the atmosphere. These days, we're actively extracting CO2 from the atmosphere, which is already sound like a science fiction, just a huge atmosphere, and we are pumping out the CO2 gas. Of course, it's not very efficient process. You spend a lot of energy to extract it. You hope it's a green energy you're using, so it's quite an elaborative process. And then you basically just pump this CO2 gas down into underground. So that's the circular economy in reality. But let's try to think out of the box. Imagine we can find the catalyst which can split and crack this CO2 and turn it into some useful carbon nanomaterials, for example, carbon nanotubes or graphene. Then we can do some interesting tricks with it. We can take those nanomaterials and add it, for example, in concrete, one of the biggest CO2 emitting industry in the world. Adding only 0.5% of even less of graphene into concrete would increase its strength by 30, 50, sometimes even 70%. So you add a tiny amount of this product of the CO2 gas extraction, and you reduce the amount of concrete you need to produce by half, or by 50%, let's say. So then you get the total reduction of CO2 which you emit is by far greater. And that's the example of the spiral economy, when those new solutions create much bigger impact. Another example I wanted to talk about is the new developments in the materials for electronics. Of course, for many years, the Moore's law and the Denon law were always guaranteeing us that we have the sustainable development of our chips. So sustainable is important here. But then, of course, as our chips become smaller, the electric thickness becomes thinner, the interconnects thinner as well, and then what we get a departure from the Denon scaling, and we're hitting the power wall. Our chips now are as hungry as ever, so the computational industry consumes about 10% of the global electricity production, and this number is likely to increase by another 4% in the next 10 years because of the arrival of AI. It doesn't get circular anymore, so we really have to find some other out-of-the-box solution so to be able to sustain this development. And remember that if you want AI in your mobile phones, it's not going to happen with the current technology. The energy consumption and the overheating would prohibit it to get into your mobile devices. We really need some new solutions. And of course, those solutions, they're coming at a cost. We need to develop them. We need to compute on them. So that produces even more power. So the only solutions which we see are the solutions with the new materials, such as neuromorphic computing, maybe quantum computing, something which we started to work recently, and we see that it's probably one of the closest to the real-life applications are the probabilistic computing. Based on the new principles, those new architectures and new devices would require dramatically less amount of power to produce the same results, especially in such areas as AI. And that's what I wanted to draw your attention, that the circular economy is not good enough for us anymore. We really have to go beyond that, and we have to go spiral to mitigate all the problems which we accumulated over the years.